Hi, today I'm going to talk about why should we eliminate half of the world's population. I know all this might sound like a Thanos thing, but think about it. There's 7.6 billion people in the world. So, all these 7.6 billion people in the world bring many consequences to the world and for the population. For example, pollution, poverty, lack of water, and hunger. According to Edward Osborne Wilson, biologist specialized in ants and a member of the biology and zoology faculties from Harvard, on his book, he stated that for preserving and saving world's biodiversity, the best way to do that is wiping out half of the world's population. China is one of the most populated countries in the world. Its population is about 1.4 million people. All these people is very much for a country. It's that very much that the country produces 30% of world's pollution. It's mostly because of the industrial demand and companies from other countries. As we can see in our daily life, most of the products we buy are made in China. This means that China is a very good country making things, but also that it has very much plants for making the products. And these plants produces CO2 emissions, which are very dangerous for us and for the world because this pollutant what does is that destroys the ozone layer and also causes infections to us in the lungs. The overshoot day is the day when the resources that were made to be used annually finish. So this works like this. The earth makes a certain quantity of resources for us to be used in 1 year. But the problem with the overpopulation is that there is so much people that the resources don't last what they are used to last. So resources finish and also the capacity of making new resources of the earth is limited so it also finishes. So now the overshoot day last year was on August the 2nd and this year was on August the 1st. This means that it was 1.7 times faster than last year. So, if we kill half of the world's population, the resources of the earth will last longer and will be enough for everyone. So, there will be enough food, enough water, and there will be no hunger or lack of water. Also, another consequence of this is that it can open minds for new inventions. For example, less pollutant industries or cars, new ways of recycling or moving and eliminating trash, or even recycling, reducing, and reusing materials. We can know all this because this in some way already happened between 1346 and 1353 with the Black Death. The Black Death killed half of Europe, and this could be from 25 to 40 million people. After all this happened, as there were less people than before, new jobs were created, reducing the poverty, new artifacts for making life easier were created, medical advances were made for curing the pest, and combat machines. The combat machines is interesting because as there was less population, there was less army, so people needed to create new combat machines to attack and defend from other civilizations. As we can see, this brought many beneficial consequences. Some people may argue that we are violating the rights, and specifically the right to life, and also that why kill people if we can move that people to other countries where is needed populations such as Canada or Iceland. Yes, some people may have a point of violating the human rights, but this is a critical decision we should make, and we could make exceptions for it, like killing the criminals first that don't report anything good to the society. This could be not ethically right, but it is a sacrifice that we should make to save our planet and the only one that we can live on. And after this, if people need psychological help, we can give them free psychological attendance. If we move people to other countries like Canada or Iceland, this won't solution much because it's like a cycle. People will start to reproduce, and that reproduction leads to overpopulation, and the overpopulation leads to pollution. So we won't help in any way because pollution is going to be present as well as overpopulation. Another thing that can happen is that people don't like the climate of those places because it's very cold. So people are going to start to move to other countries, and this won't be good because that countries don't need population, so the pollution will be bigger than what a country is making now. So if we take this alternative, all problems will appear again and again and will repeat like a cycle. By making all this, we can conclude that if we kill half of the population, we can make again, or we can try to make again, a sustainable life, a balanced life with the nature and us, and also our world will be healthy as it was before. Thank you for your attention.